Welcome, honor graduates, proud parents, grandparents, family, friends, Board of Trustees members, Barton administrators, staff, and colleagues. Welcome to Barton Community College. I love this day. I say that every year, and I also say it about 365 days a year. I love this day. It is a day set aside for celebration and honoring those who are deserving. I want to welcome you to a college that essentially sells a luxury car for $15,000. We sell you a Lexus for $15,000, not literally, so don't see me after this. But in terms of education, that's what we do. I fell in love with psychology in 1971, and it's been a friend of mine ever since. It's been a dear friend of mine ever since. My name is Rick Beeler, and I've taught at Barton County, and I've taught psychology for a number of years. I asked myself, why do we attend these ceremonies? Why do we come to these? And I realized there's something distinctly social about it. We need celebration. We need recognition. We could pay our tuition. We could meet specific requirements. We could take a number of prescribed classes for our major, and then we could print out a PDF diploma. But that's not the way we do things, because we're human beings and we need social connection. As a psychologist, honor students intrigue me. I'm intrigued by the fact that they can go through 64 hours of classes and maintain at least a 3.5 or better GPA. That's remarkable, and in some cases, a perfect 4.0 GPA. These are people who have a lot of intellectual horsepower under the hood. And I know it may not be politically correct to say that, but they do. And I think that is something worth honoring. They have a down-the-road motivation. They have a distinct ability to delay gratification, and that is very important for success in life. I know some of you are familiar with a study that was done years ago with some 4-year-olds, and they were given the opportunity to take one marshmallow right now, or they could wait 15 minutes and take 2. And those who took 2 later, by the way, when they were 18, and we followed them for that length of time, when they were 18, they scored on average 210 points higher on their SAT tests. They had fewer criminal convictions. They had higher GPAs and a number of other things I won't mention. So sometimes I think I'm going to get a shirt that just says, take the 2 marshmallows later, and have people just ask me, what does that even mean? These are people, by the way, who have excellent metacognitive skills. I see some former students, and they will tell you that on every general psychology test, I ask them to predict their grade. Once they take the test, what did you earn? Not what would you like to have, but what did you earn? They can remember they've already taken the test. And I think there's a paper in this, actually. I mean that. I think there's a research paper in this for me if I would write it. Because A students and high B students almost always either hit the nail on the head or they miss it in ways that doesn't flatter them. In other words, they'll say they missed 4 when in fact they missed 2. And I find that interesting. And students who do poor on the exams will say they had a 76, and once I grade it, it's literally, I probably shouldn't say this at an honor banquet, should I? A 56. How can you think you have a 76 when in fact you earned a 56? I find that very intriguing. These are people who have excellent self-management skills. People will always tell you how to manage time, but none of us really do well at managing time. We manage ourselves within the context of time. And if you're looking for a personality trait that seems to predict pretty good life success, conscientiousness is one. If you're looking for one that doesn't do a great job of predicting life success, as a matter of fact, things kind of go down the tubes, it's a sense of entitlement. I want to compliment all of the grandparents and the parents who are here this afternoon, because it is because of you, in part, that these people are honor students. You have given them excellent life lessons, you've given them excellent guidance, you've given them excellent support. So in a way, we're honoring you, they just get to pick up the certificate. I want to say one more thing before I introduce our first speaker. I want to say that we attribute a great number of things to talent, when I think they're better attributed to effort. Because I think there are people here today who put forth tremendous effort to do well, and their talent by the way, may not have been phenomenally high at the beginning. One of my favorite psychologists says, when people say I'm not good at math, you should just say just a three-letter word, yet. I'm not good at math yet. I'm not good at English yet. I'm not good at psychology yet. So I think a good percentage of success is really effort, but talent gets the pat on the back. Barton County Community College fulfills its mission when everybody is committed to student learning. The BCC administrator who is responsible for aligning us toward this noble goal is Dr. Penny Quinn. She is Vice President of Instructional Support and Services. I can assure you that Dr. Quinn brings a multitude of distinct strengths to her position. She has a marrow-deep commitment to doing right things right. She possesses an above-the-board work ethic. She has excellent, impeccable academic credentials, and she is a true servant leader. We talk about that a lot, but she is a true servant leader. And on Monday night, she was out here serving breakfast, and people who do behind-the-scenes things have a great deal of respect from me. They never want praise. They just do the job and do more than their job. As an MC, I've introduced her several times, and I will not get the honor of doing this in the future because she has taken a presidency in Illinois, in Centralia, Illinois. And this is a move up for her professionally, but she did it in large part because she has family near. So I won't get to introduce her again, and I think that she deserves a round of applause for the excellent job she's done at Barton. Dr. Penny Quinn.
Thank you. I hate following him. He's just so good. I just want to thank everybody for coming today. Beautiful day for us to celebrate the success of our students. You know, sometimes throughout the year there can be some points where things are a little stressful or a little difficult, and I always love this day because we have a day of celebration all day long. We celebrate with pinnings and courtings and honor ceremonies. I hope that all of you who are students take the opportunity today to thank those who supported you so that you were able to achieve the great things that you did. Very rarely do we do things all on our own. More often we have a lot of individuals, or at least a select few individuals around us that help encourage us and support us and provide the opportunity for us to succeed in reaching our goals. So students, please take this opportunity today, if not today, then soon, to thank those folks that supported you and helped you to achieve the greatness that you're being recognized for today. I would like to add one comment with regards to the new position that I'll be assuming soon, and that is just to say that I was the first person in my family to go to college, first generation student. And so if you have goals that you think, I don't know if I could do that or not, I would tell you that if you believe in yourself, that you can achieve any goal that you want to achieve. It just is duplicating the kinds of success that you all are being recognized for today, and you can achieve greatness. Thank you.
This afternoon's message will be delivered by Vern Freiberger. He's Director of Choral Activities here at Barton. Vern is also the Chair of the Visual and Performing Arts on campus. I met Vernon in 1995 when he arrived at Barton. At that time, I did not share a building with him. I was in the C building and he was in the Fine Arts building. But the rumor mill informed me that he was an excellent instructor and that he was even better as a choral director, and he was the consummate professional. Vernon taught at Ellenwood High School before coming to Barton, and most of you may not be aware of this, but he is also a tennis coach. Vern has been very active in choir and in church choir activities, and he is now, by the way, helping and devoting time to community choir. He played a major role in the renovation of the Fine Arts Auditorium, and if you make it over there today for the nurses' pinning or some other celebration, please check out this recently renovated area of our campus. It's beautiful. I do not ask students what they think of instructors. I don't think that's professional. But I will tell you that I've never heard a negative word about Mr. Freiberger, and I do hear a lot of compliments about him as a person and as a skilled instructor. I've studied Vernon for several years, and he has a unique talent. And most of us cannot master this, and I mean this. He has a unique talent. And I saw it when he was directing A Christmas Carol, this fantastic synthesis of love and authority. Mr. Vernon Freiberger.
Well, thank you. I don't know how I can even say anything after Rick has said all of that at the beginning, so we should just stop right there. He's the master at those things, but I will go on because he asked me to. So I wanted to tell you that I am tremendously honored and privileged to stand before you today and speak to all of these people who have earned these honors today. It's really gratifying experience, as everyone has said, when we can recognize people for their accomplishments. I want to congratulate all of the graduates. I have a connection with a lot of you, and I want you to know that the goal was worth the sacrifice and that we realize and we appreciate your efforts. So I want you all just to give these graduates a round of applause. Graduation is a time of reflection and anticipation. We contemplate our future and purpose. It can be both a time of great excitement and great worry of what lies ahead. I certainly remember the anxiousness I felt after graduation. So as you move from one phase of your life into another, I wanted to share some lessons maybe that I hope will empower you and possibly inspire you on your journey. First, you find yourself here today for a reason, and the most important thing you can do in life is to find, live, and share your purpose. Knowing your purpose is one of the things in life that truly matters. And if you don't pursue it, everything else has much less meaning. Second, you should follow your passions. It so often leads you to what your purpose is. You may not know what your passion is right now, and that's okay. But the important thing is to make it your life's mission to find it, to live it, and to share it. To help find your passion, seek out jobs and experiences that allow you to use your strengths and gifts and do those things that truly energize you, that you can be excited about. Third, be aware and beware of hobbies. Just because you love spending time playing a violin doesn't mean you'd be a great music teacher or that you would enjoy being a music teacher. And just because you love to cook doesn't mean you would really enjoy running a restaurant. Hobbies are great and they really make our lives full, but they don't always make successful careers. Leave them sometimes as hobbies, you'll be happier. Learn from every job and every experience that you have. Every job, good or bad, prepares you for the work you were ultimately born to do. I've worked on a production line, packing mops. I've worked at a funeral home. I've worked in a church. I've taught public school. I've coached. I've attended clinics and seminars and taken classes. I've had excellent teachers and I've had poor teachers. And I've learned things from every one of these situations. And it's one of my goals has always been to try and take something positive out of every situation. I think that that's how we grow as individuals. It's easy for me to, if I have a negative experience, at least to turn that around into something positive. If somebody did something to me that I didn't really like the way they did that, I know I won't ever do that to someone else. Your current job may not be your ultimate goal, but it can serve as a vehicle to get you there. So work hard, keep working hard, and always give your best effort, because you don't know who's sitting out there, who's standing around watching, and who will notice you. And that one person, that one connection, may be the person that you need to connect with to get where you want to be. Whatever job you take after graduation, don't be selfish. Simply decide some, at least, to serve. When you serve in small ways, you'll get more opportunities to serve in bigger ways. There are few things in life that are really more rewarding than giving back. When we were children, the best thing about Christmas was getting gifts. But as we get older, the most satisfying thing about Christmas is giving gifts. Your dream job is likely not the one that you dreamt about. We often end up in amazing careers that don't always have something to do with the college degree or the childhood dreams that we had. But we are no doubt better prepared because of the journey that we took to get there. The quest for your purpose is not going to be a straight line. It's filled with mysteries, with signs. There are obstacles. You'll have victories. You'll find dead ends, delays, and detours. Your challenge, though, is just to stay focused. Be optimistic and faithful on your quest. Don't rush the future. There's a process that seeds must go through in order to become all they're destined to become, and you must go through similar processes to become the person that you are meant to be and do the work that you're meant to do. You may want things to happen now, but more than likely, if those things happen now, you might not be ready for them. The process prepares you, it strengthens you, it shapes you, and you grow to be successful, not in your time always, but usually in the right time. And lastly, don't be afraid to fail. You can't be paralyzed by fear of failure, or you will never push yourself. If you believe in yourself and in your vision, success will come. So don't be afraid to fail. Now, believe it or not, exactly 40 years ago, I can't believe I say things like that, but it's 40 years ago, I sat over there. And I was a 19-year-old preparing to graduate from Barton County Community Junior College, and I was preparing to transfer to Fort Hays State University to major in music education. At that time, I was really painfully shy, and I really couldn't imagine that I would ever stand in front of large groups of people for a living. In fact, if you even pay attention to what I do now, most of the time when I stand in front of groups of people, it's like this. It's much safer. I wanted to become a teacher because I loved music, and I learned that I didn't want to pack mops the rest of my life. I completed my bachelor's and master's degrees in music education, and I've really had a wonderful career teaching and sharing music and music opportunities with many, many students and community members. I really love the combination of working with all different ages. It took a long time, but throughout all of that time, there are several things that I've learned over the years, and I'm just going to leave you with a few of these little tidbits that are from my life that I think you'll remember these probably better than all that other stuff that I said. First, never under any circumstances take a sleeping pill and a laxative on the same night. Second, if you had to identify in one word the reason why the human race has not achieved and never will achieve its full potential, that word would be meetings. 3, there's a very fine line between hobby and mental illness. 4, people who want to share their religious views with you almost never want you to share your views with them. 5, no matter what happens, someone will find a way to take it too seriously. 6, when trouble arises and things look bad, there's always one individual who perceives a solution, is willing to step forward and take command, and very often that person is crazy. This is for Stephanie. Nobody cares if you can't dance well, just get up and dance. Number 8, a person who is nice to you but rude to the waiter is not necessarily a nice person. Number 9, never lick a steak knife. 10, the one thing that unites all human beings, regardless of age, gender, religion, economic status, or ethnic background, is that deep down inside, we all believe that we're above average drivers. 11 is really important. It's just that your friends will love you anyway. 12 is important also. You should never confuse your career with your life. When you get old, you won't regret that you didn't spend more time at work, but you may regret that you didn't spend more time at home and with your family. 13, who you are speaks louder than anything you can say. And finally, because I didn't want to end on 13, in the words of Arnold Schwarzenegger, just remember, and I'm not going to do the accent, you can't climb the ladder of success with your hands in your pockets. Thank you all.
Before these two talented women play, I have one request, and please don't take this as being presumptuous, but can you turn the fan off back there because it's humming at an A and it's not in tune? Okay? There's a fan on here somewhere. I don't know where it's at. And we're playing acoustically. This piece, I think, says a lot about just the title of it, A Shogun Farewell, and it is Goodbye. And I want to make sure that you understand the two people you see playing up here this morning are not both music majors. Dania is a tried and true soccer player, but she's a beautiful violinist. So, Shogun Farewell. job title for a person whose responsibilities include but are not limited to supervising the following broad domains of campus life: tutoring services, counseling services, student activities, housing, financial aid, food service, advisement, and the Child Development Center. The title is Dean of Student Services, and our Dean of Student Services is Angie Maddie. I met her when she was 18, a starry-eyed student, and I was assigned as her academic advisor. I had about 15 psychology majors under my wing at that time, and I remember asking her, "What do you want to do when you get your psychology degree?" And I was used to hearing people say, "I want to help people." And Angie looked me square in the eye, and she said, "I want to teach psychology at a community college." And I knew from that day that she had her eye on my job. And every time our blood lab tests come back, she calls, "How you doing, Rick?" A few minutes ago, she asked me, "You got your 85 in capers now. When are you leaving?" I know my job would be in good hands. Dean of Student Services, Angie Maddie.
Thanks, Rick. I just want to be another of the many today to add my congratulations to the honor graduates that we are here to recognize. William A. Ward said that a recipe for success would be to study while others are sleeping, work while others are loafing, prepare while others are playing, and dream while others are wishing. It's clear that the honor graduates we celebrate today have followed just such a recipe. We are delighted that we have been part of their journey, and we are excited and hopeful for what they will create in their future. So let's meet them, shall we? I will call off names of our honor graduates, and Dr. Quinn, I guess, is going to come forward and give them their certificates. She is going to be assisted by Linda McCaffrey, our history instructor. And then I'll have the honor graduates take a space up here on the risers, so at the end we can congratulate them all one more time together and also get some photos of them. And I will be reading names of any of the honor graduates who could have joined us today, unless we have heard specifically that they won't be with us. So some of our individuals are actually competing this day or returning from competition for Barton, and we have some other individuals on this list who actually completed their degrees over the summer, or perhaps were December graduates, and so they may not have been able to make it back, but I'm going to go ahead and read their names and pause just a moment just in case they are here. I wouldn't want to miss someone. So here we go. Audrey Anguilera. Jonna Anspaugh, another early graduate. Robin Ashar. Haley Blake. Kelly Brower. Rebecca Brining. Anthony Broder. Anthony, is it Broder? Awesome. Callie Callahan. Jason Colley. Tyler Chambers. Coriel DG. Juan Diaz. Caitlin Dickinson. Andrea Duncan. Alexander Evans. Jamie Fair. Brandon Fox. Landon Fox is not with us today. He's returning from national competition for golf. Jesus Gallegos. Emily Gerard. Taylor Hageman. Erica Harper. Tiffany Heaton. Lindsay Higgins. Veronica Higgins. Branson Hoffman. Trevor Hughes. Tara Hall. Jessica Jasky. Tyler Jennings. Denton Johnson. Samuel Klein Martin. Mackenzie Kula. Sierra Lampy. Hannah Maddie. Caitlin Mans. Dominic Manley. Cammie Maxwell. Amelia Mays. Layla Menzer. Hannah Middleton. Jose Mieres. Tassandra Mudrow. Paulina Montoya. I think she's working in a medical lab over in Ellenwood today. She has a job, that's good. Giovanni Morales. Stephanie Morrison. Our guitarist this morning, this afternoon, Hannah Mosier. Dakota Nelson. Do you want to? Mom wants one. Because we can recreate it. We have no problem. Jenica O'Neill. Taylor Pennington. Nate Razafandrabe. Creighton Reeves. Jacob Richardson. Michaela Rydell. Michaela, is it Riedel? Oh, Michaela. It's not even the one I was worried about. Michaela. Dania Rodriguez, our violinist. Abigail Sheehaw. Jessica Sewell. Kenzie Sinclair, she was an early graduate. Jordan Stiles, Katie Tamman, Jordan Tebow, Paige Thompson, Nicole Tracy, Casey Walsh, Krista Waters, Cassandra Williams, Liu Williams, Eric Volkensdorfer, Taylor Wondra, Camilla or Millie York, I gave you both names. Kaylin Young, ladies and gentlemen, Barton Community College 2015 honor graduates.
I hope you take your honor student aside today and hug them and tell them how proud you are of them and give them a kiss on the cheek. What they've done is very important. I want to close by asking for a round of applause for several people who have been very helpful with this event. Kathy Boger, the musicians Steve, Dania, and Hannah, and also Renetta Furrow, who helped us at the last minute do some very important things to pull this together. Could we have a round of applause for those people, please? Someone once wrote, if the only prayer you ever say is thank you, that will be enough. So on behalf of the Board of Trustees, Dr. Carl Heilman and his administration, staff and faculty, thank you for entrusting Barton with these special students. Our reputation is in large part based on what they do once they leave here, and we're very mindful of that. So stick around, enjoy some refreshments, but thank you very much for taking time out of your day and attending.